Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King's Bounty Warriors of the North, Ice and Fire. This is the game you've all been looking for. Many of you might know the Heroes of Might and Magic series or similar series. I think Discipline is another one like these. And all you loved in these games and all you hated in those games, you will find here and better with King's Bounty Warriors of the North, Fire and Ice. Why I'm saying this? Well, let me show you. First of all, the heroes. You can choose, you have only one hero, so you don't have to develop one hero and another hero and a support hero and all that. No, you've just one hero and that one is yours and that is you alone. You can choose from a Viking to a Skald to a Two-Slayer. What is what? Well, the Viking, surely that's the fighter class. They all have basically the same skill tree, but each class has two skills that only this class possesses. For example, the Viking has Steady Fist North, which gives his troops special abilities or greater resistance, and Absolute Rage, which makes his troops able to do more critical damage and more damage all in all when they're hit only. The Skald is very good at leading troops. That means he has bigger armies than others because they like to hear his songs. And guess what? Yes, he can sing songs which enable you to do other things on the battlefield that the other guys cannot. And we have the Soothsayer, which he is the mage. He can cast my higher magic, which means he can cast two spells around rather than only one, but only if one of them is a small spell. But more to that later. And he has alchemy, which makes it easier to learn spells for him. So there are different types of difficulty classes. We're playing at impossible because I think I'm damned good. Well, I'm surely not, but well, nevertheless, we do it. Well, as I do Let's Plays, I think that's a good name. And yes, that's my Citral, a rabbit, because my wife calls me rabbit, and why that is the case, I will not go into that. So, let's start! Why, this is a horse, but more to that later. And a dragon! Yes, there are dragons here, so all of you watching Game of Thrones, yes, you can have dragons. You can be the king of dragons, if you want, the father of dragons, so you say. And this is our little Viking village, and this is our little Viking island. Yes. Well, there's sea, there's anchors, there's houses. There are monsters, beholders, for example. Ghosts. And yes, yet you're not the only hero. You are the only one that can move as he desires. Which meaning, you know all that from Heroes of Might and Magic. You've got a gold mine far away from home and there is an enemy hero taking it and you're riding there and slaying him, and then they're standing right before your town and you're riding back and taking the town back, and then they're on the mine again, and all this is not happening here. This game is wonderful, trust me. There is no discomfort in this game. So, this is Eric, this is our elder brother, because we are the younger brother of the Viking King, son of the Viking King, and that's the problem, because he's gonna take it all. Yes. He's the further king, and he's rubbing that in our noses quite well. And, well, this is the game. You can turn it in any direction. This is our hero, you see, he's wielding his sword quite well. This is our gold, the more the better. This is our rage. Well, rage is a special resource which enables us to do special things with our hero in the combat. The more damage our troops take, the higher this gets. There are other ways to put that up, but more to that later. Mana. Mana is, well, a casting resource, you might think. And you're right in that part, and it's replenishing itself over time. So this is not turn-based, this is real time. But still it is real time, it is not, you're not forced to do something in time. There is no time limit, yeah? So no problem here. This is our picture, we look great. These are our troops. We have berserkers, and so you see, they gain experience too, and that is new in Ice and Fire. That was not part of the old King's Bounty. And before any one of you say, oh, King's Bounty, that's just the predecessor, or This is just a successor of Heroes of Might and Magic. No, King's Bounty was actually there before Might and Magic. So, as you can see, we have an attack value. The higher the better, the defense value. For each point that our attack value is higher than our defense, that the enemy defense value, we get 10% bonus damage up to 300. And for each point that our defense value is higher than the enemy's attack value when we're attacked, or reversed, we get 5% less damage. Our initiative, how fast we react in combat. Our speed, how far we can move in combat. Our critical chance, which is quite high, as you can see. Our damage potential, well, that's not that high. And our damage type, there are different damage types. Our health per unit. And our happiness, our moral. You see, each troop has a moral. Vikings like to be with other Vikings. And humans like to be with other humans. They are separated in this game. And undeads, they don't care about anything else in the army. Demons, they don't care about anything else in the army. Dwarves don't like demons, undead and orcs and elves. Elves do not like dwarves, orcs, undead and demons. And then there are the neutrals like dragons and snakes and bears and wolves and spiders and what the hell. And there are a hell of a lot of creatures here. And you must always try to get a high moral because you get bonuses. Yes, sir. These are Vikings. Vikings hate undead. With all others, they don't care. Each unit has talents. For example, this one can move 2 extra squares or do, 2 extra points in action. Or it can go berserk, meaning more attack, more critical chance, and we do not control it any longer, and it gets a reduction in defense. Then it has special abilities like Hardened. Well, it's from the snowy mountains, so it's not that interested in ice damage. Shock Shield. So if we are attacked, the enemy has a counter attack, and then we just hit him with a shield in the face, like he deserves it. Mad Fury. When we lose 50% of our troops, they get into real fury and get really uncontrollable. Ignore Pain. Well, when they're hit, when they do not hit, they get nuts. And they have their own runes. Well, Berserkers, Northlings, Vikings have special runes in combat that we can activate. More to that later. For comparison, you see this Slinger. He looks like a hobbit if you ask me. He has far less health, far less attack and defense. And, well, he can throw rocks. Now you ask, why should I take Slingers? Very easy. You see, you have a leadership, 250, and that determines how many troops you can have. So it's not only how many troops you can buy for money, it's how many troops you can actually command. So for example, we have 60 leadership, 1 berserker cost. So at the moment, we can only have 4 of them. But Slingers, they only cost 22 leadership, so we can have a hell of a lot more of them. And this Vikings, well, they cost 40, a little bit less than the Berserkers, and as you can see, we get 6 of them. Now you might ask, why have small units and not all filled up with big units? Well, some spells only work well on small units, the smaller the better. And some spells don't work on big units anyway. And there are units that we cannot command with leadership 300 or 250 because they demand a leadership of 2500. The same is not so fortunate if you're fighting an enemy hero and he starts casting, because when your troops are low, he can much easier cast them into sleep, paralyzes, hypnotizes, or do, bad stuff to them mainly. Let's have a look at our hero. This is our level, this is our sigil, that's our name, that's our leadership, that's our attack bonus that we add to all of our troops, that's our defense that we add to all troops. This is our intellect, that tells us how much our spells are boosted. Very important. This is our equipment. Ooh, we found an armor and it's a set. See that? Aha! And we've already got the first of that. So let's put it on. You see, each character class can wear different weapons. For example, a warrior can wear 2 weapons. So I think this slot can also wear a sword. He can wear a liguia, a helmet, shoes, rings, belts or gloves, and well, we'll try to fill all that as fast as we can. This is our item slot. Is no limitation how many items you can carry in your backpack, only on your body. This is your army. This is our book of achievements. And this is our awards. For example, if we win 20 fights without losing a unit, we get plus 100 leadership. Yay! Or we can kill enemy heroes and we get plus 3 rage at the beginning of each battle without taking damage. Here, kill a dragon, get bonus, find chests, 2% experience gained in battle, so we should try to find many chests soon. Armies of undead destroyed, spells cast, rage used, resistance of all types, trappers. Well, and let me give you the first hint in the game. These things are important to level up fast. So, we try to cast spells in each round as fast as possible. We try to find chests as fast as possible without fighting too much, because then we're losing XPs, if you know what I mean. If we do battles without this bonus, we'll lose the XP that we would have get from the battles if we had the skill already active. And yes, they can become better 3 times, in fact. So I think the next will be find 50 chests and then find 100, for example. What is this? This is the skill tree, and these are the runes. Yes, they're might runes, spirit runes, and mind runes, might roots, and magic runes. Well, you see, they cost differently. Spells in the magic area or skills in the magic area do not necessarily need only magic runes as this one. They can also need mind runes, but far less. Once you spend them, they're gone. These are our skills. Well, all of these are our skills, but this is our class skill. Only we, as the Bard, have the Edda, which is a special song, and the Warriors of Valhalla, which will resurrect our troops after battle. But you see, it's a long way to go, and the arrows tell you what you have to train. There's one skill I want to train as fast as possible, and that is learning. And guess what? Yes, we get extra experience for us and for our troops, and I find that utmost important to get up as soon as possible. This is the warrior tree. More to that when we come to it. Our more tips and well, suggestions from my side when we come to it. Well, this is the hero screen. We already know that. This is our quest book. We talk to the governor. This is our spell book. You know, we only know healing, and we only can learn more spells if we have crystal to inscribe them, and if we have the magic pass for that. For all the spells we need order magic, and well, you see, and you can upgrade spells 3 times, but each upgrade costs crystals, and crystals are not that easy to find. We have a map. At the moment we have a very short spot radius, and just to make sure this is not the only island to explore. There are a hell of a lot islands to explore, and each is big and plentiful and full of monsters, treasures, quests, and you say it, it is there. We can dig. Well, this is not sexual harassment or for our manhood. This is just searching the ground for chests and things like that. That's very important. So, our brother does not like us, and you see, every time I press D, we dig. And I always dig because there's sometimes treasures. You can see a treasure if a golden light is shining down, but sometimes you miss it by an inch, and well, better dig just in case. So this is money. See, money laying on the ground. Yes, money is literally laying on the floor for you. Just here to take. Wonderful. And there is a chest. Let's see what's in it. More gold. And guess what? First chest found. Only 24 more to go. We're digging around like hell. And that is something special. That is a flag. And we get plus 10 leadership. Isn't that wonderful? That means more troops. And this icon means there is a quest. Yes, this is Snorri Leatherbottom. Well, he has trouble with his friend, as you might imagine, and they are in dispute over barrels of beer and a necklace. And he asks us to look after the guy. And, well, we'll do that. We're the good guys. We're help. There's another one, 20 leadership, and there are crystals. Hooray! And see, we found a chest. 40 gold, but that's not the point. That chest will be useful to us. Let's patrol the area. Everything's alright here. Let's go to the Chief Justice. That is the castle of a king. Castles are places where you can buy troops, for example. And we've got an amulet, which will enable us to do something in combat, to use the rage in combat. You can buy troops here, for example. We can buy one more Viking. We can buy no more Berserker, and we can buy one more Slinger because of the flags we found. He is not selling any equipment at the moment, and if we do not want a troop, we can place it there for the moment. We've got our own reserve to put them there if we want troops to spare and do not want to use them actually in battle, or we can put them there to replenish our numbers if needed. He has no spells to sell and no equipment to sell. That is very, very sad, but well, that's the world. We can talk to him. Perhaps he has more to tell us. He tells me of the stories. So, now you're mentioning that guy. Yes, that's a beholder. And it says invincible. That guy is far stronger than us. And he's in the middle of the water. We cannot reach him without a boat. And guess what? We have no boat. But we can look at him. And it tells us he has sea wolves, which is some kind of pirates. He has skeleton archers, devilfish, and beholders. Well, first thing that tells us he will have very little moral problem, as sea wolves, devilfish, and beholder are neutral creatures, so they will not be angry about the skeleton archers. And we do not know the numbers because we do not have this spell put up more. See, the better you are in this skill, the more you see of the enemy. We actually want this because we want diversions to get here. So, enough of the talk. Let's have our first fight. No, not with our brother. We are the good guys. We do not fight each other. This is the training. Gottram Striker. Yes. He will teach us how to fight. And so I can show you how fighting is done. So, first, of course, we patrol the area to find out if there are any chests whatsoever. And there is 70 gold. I have seen worse. Always check your surroundings. Gold and treasures and runes are stored in the most ridiculous places from time to time. This tells us he has a quest for us. And another one. And a flag. Oh, this is just going so well. Yay! Find it, find it, find it all. Yes. It's like Pokemon. Okay. We have patrolled the area. Have we? Yes, we have. Okay. Let's talk to the guy. It's about Nippy here. And he sends us against a Cyclops. Ooh, and you see now this thing here is to go. Later on this is open world. At the beginning we only move in a very, very small area, but later on it's open world and we can go where we want. We got some warrior maidens. Warrior maidens are one of the best units if you ask me, because for one they can throw this magic spear which does a hell of a lot of damage at any range, and it has the Call of Valhalla, which means this thing can resurrect our troops. And well, troops of lower level cannot retaliate against it. It rises the initiative of all troops. And if we have any bears in the army, well, we have not, but if we had them, we would get moral boost for them. We have a mystic, which is a level 4 creature, as you can see. And for the moment, we get a leadership bonus, so you can just see how big our troops can get. So, this one can take over enemy troops and cast some spells. This one is a Yarol. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest units of the Vikings. It has the ability to give another unit an extra turn. It has the ability to frighten others, and it has the ability to attack 3 guys in front of him. And well, it gives a bonus to the own troops standing close. It has an elemental axe which does extra damage in ice. It has enchanted armor. It is daring, more critical hit. Well, every time it attacks with a critical hit, it gets a bonus, and it has its own rune. So, let's look. And now I show you something very important about enemies. We do not have to fight, yes, because we can outmaneuver an enemy. How to outmaneuver an enemy, you ask? Well, I hope I can show you that. You see, he's activated, he's following us. So for example, if we want to go somewhere where he is, we lure him away. Come on buddy. Well, monsters have a different... Oh yeah, this is the rune. We can activate runes in combat for our Viking units mainly. And that gives us a special ability each time we do it. But normally each unit only has 1 rune with it, so we must choose wisely when to use them. And there is a spell that replenishes that. You see, he's following us again. Yeah, come with me, come with me. Yes, follow me, follow me, follow me. Well, and this way we can walk all around. Hooray! And now we can catch whatever he's guarding. But now we will fight him. Yeah, fight to the death. This is us. This is the enemy. This is the enemy hero. He can cast spells, but very badly, as he is only intellect 1. What is more there to tell? Well, there is a chest on the battlefield. Sometimes, battlefield, this is all about tactics. You see, there are obstacles, more, sometimes less. Sometimes there are things of the battlefield that benefit your troops. Sometimes there are things of the battlefield that damage your troops. Well, basically, they benefit or damage the unit standing closest to them. So, for example, if you have a lightning tower in the middle of the battlefield, you better do not move too close, because it's frying everything it's in his vicinity. So, these are the runes. This is our Viking Vortex. We do extra damage. The problem is, at the moment, we cannot activate that, because we have no rage. We must do damage before raging. We can activate the runes. At the moment, there is no need for that. And we can do spells. We can heal. At the moment there is no one to heal. Heal is also working against undead units, by the way. So if you're fighting undead bowmen, for example, use heal. It's very, very good. So, you see the arrow is broken because the distance is too high. So let's get a little bit closer. Still too high. Get a little bit closer. And yes, you see we kill, well, 3 to 4 of them. Let's do that. Haha! Here he goes. Ooh, they're fast. They're incredibly fast. So this is our not so strong group, so we sent him here to open that chest. Yes, open it. 5 crystals! Isn't that wonderful? And it counts as another chest. I want to take over troops. So, I think this one are the most powerful. Yes, mystics are so great. Now we have control of them. And this is our Yarol. You see, he has 3 movement points or 3 action points. So, I say you wait. Why should he wait? Well, because he can make another unit do another turn, and we just want him to do the another turn once it's time for that. So, Please activate the luck rune. And hit it! Ooh, that hurt. Red indicates critical damage. See? Now our little guy here has an extra turn. Isn't that wonderful? And now we have 4 rage, so we can activate that. So let's do the job. Please kill it. No, we failed. It's still alive with, well, very little number of life points. So let's do that right away. I want you to activate that rune and just hit them deadly. Wonderful. That means we get another turn. Well, this unit can sleep enemy units, put them to sleep. That was not nice. He bestowed fear in our units, which means our units are now fearful of the enemy. That means we have no control over these 2 units. That's very bad. But on the other hand, I can show you the special ability, which means he will hit this unit and that unit. And he does ice damage. Isn't he wonderful? So I actually do not want to kill you, because I want to do that with rage. How many life points have you got? 150. Yeah, you can totally do that anytime. Attack bonus. And hit them where it hurts. Please, please, please give me a turn. Crap. Well, at least we got what we need, and that's the rage. And kill that guy. Why do I do that? Because I need to kill as many troops as possible just with the rage ability. Hit it. Thank you. That's nice of you, because that does mean you are not attacking. So, no, no, no. We do not want to kill anyone here. Please don't do this. So, new round, new luck. I want, first of all... Oh crap, not enough. Okay. First of all, I want this one to be replenished. Hit it. Aha, that's my hero. So, time for another vortex. Wonderful. No losses. We won. And our units should have gained some experience, I guess. Have they? 20, 16, 25, 10, and 20. Well, that's not that useful, as these are just the units for the training, and we're not going to keep them. And the moment we give them back, well, they have got no experiment points permanently attached to them. Well, he sends us into another cave, and I think I just make a big mistake, because I did not search the keg. Should have done that. And there is the next place for us to go. So, this tells us now to dig, but we already know that trick. Yay! A clay bowl. +5 mana, -1 intellect. Woohoo! Yes, well, who the hell cares? Wait a minute. Info. Always click inspect your items when you found them, because sometimes there are very interesting things in there. Well, we have to kill that thing eventually, so we can just start it now. These guys have no hero with them. But this thing is not good. So we do not get near that thing. We let them come. We do not overreact. We're cool. We take over that spider and, well, let them do that for themselves. Yay! You say spiders are weak. Well, spiders are weak because these are low in numbers, but they're poisonous. And there are special items that make spiders very, very powerful. And you see they're immune to poison, so there are many, many very different difficult battles in this game. And sometimes you have to adapt your army to the enemy. So if you're fighting, for example, an enemy that is very, very poisonous, it might be wise to change all your armies for some spiders, snakes, some guys who are immune to poison. You see, this ability is fire and it damages all nearby troops. But he can only do that once in, I think, 2 turns. And he just activated something on that spider. She is now rooted to the ground. That's the reason we keep our distance to this thing. We can destroy it. It gets 60 health points. That should not be that difficult to destroy. But still, I do not intend it. So, this should take care of them. Wonderful. Yay! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I totally like that. And there she goes. And we better wait our time. Come together, right? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This thing is getting too close. So, very good. Sadly, there is no rage for us, but we can make him move double, and then we get another one. Kills 4, yes, this could be wise. Because if I'm clever now, I can kill all of them with a single strike. And tactical genius as at its best. Ladies and gentlemen, behold my mind. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, these are spell scrolls. Yeah. Spell scrolls are either single use, or you scribe them into your spell book, which will cost you crystals. The higher the spell, the more cost the crystal. More spiders. Chest, chest, chest. Chest. Must get chest before they get it. You there. Bad. Step away from my chest. Evil spider. Evil spider. Idea. We're not using those because I want to save them. Only use single-use scrolls if you have no other alternative. So, take over. That one. I hope that was genius. Not sure. Okay, they're fire immune, so it makes no sense to throw fireballs at them. You see, we're doing less damage. Are we? Yes, we are, because these are fire spiders, so they have immunity to fire. Obviously. Fire in the hole, wonderful. Uh-oh, we're set on fire. Fire is not good. Fire is evil. Okay, you do nothing. We can activate this. That will kill some of them. Wonderful. But that's not what we're in for. Oops. That spider killed our spider. Please let me move first. Please let me move first. Yes. First move. Thank you. And a scroll! Not a particularly useful one, but... who cares? And... we've got enough rage for another Viking Vortex. Die, spider. I think we'll have our 10 soon if we continue that pace. You see, the warrior maiden gains 5 experience, so we get experience for killing guys, and we get money for killing guys. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, how far are we with this? We're using rage as fast as we can. That's good. Undead armies destroyed. No, we set one on fire. Well, actually, that was not us, but the fire spider under our control. No? Ah, no, it was the Viking with the Yarol with his ice. This counts as ice attack. Enemy hero killed one. We need to destroy 25 units with rage. Oh boy. Well, this could take some time. 25, that's a bigger number. And that's a spider rack. We're collecting them either to sell them or to use them, because we can hatch spiders out of that. Yeah, that's his horn. Do I need to say anything more? A shield! Shield, very good. And you see, you can upgrade that shield. What does that mean? Well, items can be upgraded if you dare to fight the guardians. So if we say I want to upgrade this, I can do so, then the shield will get much better, but we'll have to fight its guardian, and that is something very, very difficult. Trust me on that one. Fighting guardians is evil. You see that skeletons? Well, there was nothing in it, but in theory there would be. Always check your surroundings. And another chest with old shoes. What exactly are old shoes? Well, it's +1 defense. Good. When we invoke lifetime, may still their owner some modded protection. I love this game. This game is funny. This game is purely good. And here they come, and of course, first thing I want is that. He is waiting. That's good for us, because that means we can take him over. And hopefully... oh, damn it, we ruined it. Okay, you wait. You see, this is not always working with this taking over with that guy. And that's a shame. So now, but these guys are very fire receptive. You go forward. This Yarol, yeah, this Yarol has 240 life points. Yeah. 240. They cannot kill him, even if they want to. No chance, baby. So, perhaps we get our second move. No, we did not. Crap. Okay, I do not actually want to kill someone. I just want to get the rage to kill them. Oops. Sorry. So, time to use the vortex. Hopefully we kill them all. And I failed miserably. We get back because I do not want to be spidered. This Viking, Maidens, sorry, have a very, very high number of turn points, action points, and that's what I totally like. Haha, feel bad. You're better doing nothing because you're not good at that. Well, slay them. Ah, that's my hero. Yes, you're perfectly good. Oh god, we get 2 damage! But he's poisoned, that's not good, because poison damage you get as percentage on your life points. So if you're a goblin and you have only 10 life points, you're not getting as much poison damage as a Yarol, who has 240 life points, because the poison damage is percentile. And we nearly missed that act, did we? Always turn the camera so you can be sure that you got it all. Yeah, I think we got it all. Very good. I think he will be proud of us. Will he? Yes! Saved my life. Okay, he's a master of black magic. Well, he sends us against a prisoner. That is not very honorable, but we'll do so. Oh yes, the egg. For example, we can use the egg and then spiders will hatch immediately. And there is no saying which kind of spider. There are death spiders, fire spiders, poisonous spiders, wood spiders, a hell of a lot of them, and you're not sure which one you get. So, I personally prefer fire spiders, but, well, you never know. And at the moment we have no room for them. So first of all, we are exploring and running around and trying to find what we can do here. Well, there's actually not much to find. Oh, wait. Yes, haste. Oh, haste is one of my favorites. If you level up haste to level 3, you get a bonus for the entire army. Not just for the unit you're casting it on, but you get haste for the entire army. And 20 gold coins. Well, that's not even the price for a single slinger, but we take every coin we can get our dirty hands on. More crystals, you're welcome. And I definitely need more chests here. Well, that is not that deserving. Oh yes, there is 2 crystal, okay. Let's look in his cell if he has anything digged up. No. Poor guy. Okay. My solitude is broken. I really thought everyone forgotten this poor unfortunate prisoner. Send me. I will teach you how to use this gift. I'm a Viking. Such a remarkable talent. Perhaps your nose has fallen off. That's not flowers, it's sea oil. Yes, the humor is. We're just discussing the possibility. A poisonous school scroll. So, you see, by talking, we get 3 runes out of him and a scroll, and we have to fight him anyway. And he wants to make us his servant. So always talk to the guys before slitting their throat. And that is very, very bad, because this is an undead, and as you can see, he can cast spells. As vile henchman of darkness was captured and imprisoned by the Vikings of your village. Attack 1, defense 1, intellect 3. He has got these guys, and they're really nasty, because they can do poisonous arrows. See? Very bad. And they can do magic damage. They're bone, so they do not take damage from other range attacks as good as others. And they accumulate negative energy that is left on the battlefield. So, shooter, of course, they're ranged fighters. These guys, I think, have the special ability to give others an extra turn. So they can give up their turn to give another unit an extra turn. And that's evil, trust me. Still too far away. But we have to navigate carefully. I totally hate skeletons. This poisonous crap is really evil. Tell you what, die. Healing against undead. Pure fun. So, I don't think we can... Oh, yes, we can. We can control... We can try to take control of the undead. And we failed miserably. Okay. Well, tell you what. We do this either way because we're attacking by fire and we have the chance. Oh, that's bad. That is not good. This is really bad. Oh, holy shit. This battle is not going well. Okay, first of all, what can I do? What can I do? First of all, do this. Did not kill them, but perhaps we get an extra round, you'll never know. I want you to act again. And please, please, the rune must work. Well, it did not. Crap. But I have one ass up my sleeve. So we can ram others with our shield. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Yes, down you go, moron. And we've got one extra shot. Let's use it wisely. This one. Good. Yeah, we're poisoned. We're poisoned. Poison is bad. Poison is very, very bad. You heal up. Because if we get another one of those, we're pretty much dead. There is a... okay, so this number tells us who is acting when. So, let's activate that. Let's ram that bastard. You're of no use whatsoever. Move there. Okay, I think we can win this without losses, because the moment he will act again, and he can only act when his creature is in the turn. So he's 4th, he's 5, we are there before him, and if we kill this 2 before they are on their turn, he cannot cast anything. And I intend to not let him cast anything. And we did it! Yes, without losses. sir. And 4,700 gold. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is how it is done. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The extra runes will come in handy. So much for tactical combat. Yeah! I want to be a scout. You're tending towards the guardway. Remember, your scout once asked you to tell the sagas. Main power is the skill with the axe. Knowledge lies what? What I do not know in the tongue card. The Edda. Well, but we cannot Edda at the moment, because to Edda, to receive an Edda, you must have the necessary skill points. And look at this, a rune floating in space. And leadership bonus, yes sir! And now we can buy stuff. For example, we can buy this wonderful staff of uselessness, which can be upgraded 2 times. And then it gets really, 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 really nasty. And this armor, which is really useless. We can buy Yarls. Can we have a Yarl, please? Yarl? Yes. And, well, these guys here, axe throwers, well, they can throw their axes not very, very far, to say the least. And I personally like these guys because they have this wonderful ability of having much health. And we have some runes, but not enough for the moment. Let's talk to the Chief Justice again. But I don't think he will tell us much. No, of course not. Okay, so that's it. I buy a Yarl. Give me a Yarl. I like Yarl. And give me one of those. I like them too. And yes, I know we should try to keep our money together to buy. To get. Now, where is it? There was something with gold. I knew it. There's something with gathering gold. Gold. Yes, we need 100,000, and then we get 2% bonus after each battle. This guy here is new. He only exists in fire and ice. He's Floki. He's some kind of a magician, I think. And he can give us special units if we give him a rune, which we will do. And we want warrior maidens. The soothsayers are nice. They can do some magic stuff. Fine. The Yarls we can buy either. And the warrior maidens, these are the resurrectors, the healers of our army, and that one we take. Now you might ask me, Boris, do I always have to play Vikings in this game? No, you have not. You can choose to play a dwarf army, you can choose to play an elf army, you can choose to play a bandit army, a neutral bear army, a wolf army, a spider army, a dragon army, a human army, a pure bowman army from all kinds of creatures, a pure shield army from all kinds of creatures. You can make the army you want to, and there are millions of combinations. So, yay, we got a level up, and you see we get extra leadership and we got extra runes, so that was worth it anyway. And, well, he was collecting the runes to do bad stuff, I think. We will regret that in time. And of course I want one of those, and he's selling spells and mana potions, so if we need mana very, very quickly but not in battle, we can get them here. And we can get those guys, and I tell you what, I'm thinking of getting rid of those guys and buying this one. Because these guys are not very useful to us. So you see that? Ha ha! Cage in oh well, nothing in. But you get the point. So now we're riding around gathering stuff. And I think that is a wonderful point to stop the recording. And next time I will show you how to dizzy the enemy, how to ride around, and how to gather even more resources. See you next time. Bye.